Gary Vaynerchuk is a serial entrepreneur, investor, 4-time New York Times bestselling author, and one of the most sought-after public speakers alive today. He went from being born in the Soviet Union, living in a studio apartment in America with 8 family members, to building a net worth of $160 million. And today we're going to learn his best advice on how to reverse engineer the end consumer. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time!
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and every morning I bring you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself more and start your day off with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. Over to you, Gary Vaynerchuk.
You have to figure out, as a person, as a business, how you communicate to the world. There are 3 ways: written word, audio, and video. Too many people are trying to do video when they're not capable of it. Too many people are not realizing written word is remarkable, and they're getting caught up in pictures because Instagram's popping. So, the number one thing that would really matter to me as a data point is the following. I believe the more content that you put out, the more likely you'll be successful. I believe that you have to reverse engineer the end consumer, that you have to bring as much valuable content to them as possible. I think that you also need to eliminate friction between your message and the customer. What that means is you have to show up everywhere to the best of your ability in the way they want to consume it.
Most entrepreneurs never win on social media because you're not focused. You post everywhere, every now and then, with content that is below what you're capable of making. Chances are you wouldn't even subscribe to you on your own channels if you weren't you. If you wouldn't subscribe to you, you can't expect others to subscribe to you either. We're gonna fix that in this video. So I make all my content for me. I want to spread more belief in myself, and in doing that, I then share it with the world. And thankfully you guys watch it, you guys enjoy it, and I can build a business off of it. But even if nobody else liked it, I'd be making it just for myself so that I had the content, because this is my own personal development, professional growth series. And so I love learning from Gary. I love being around Gary. I love being around Steve. And well, we don't have a lot of content on AP Giannini, but I love being around, well, my parents don't have a YouTube channel either. Howard Schultz, Kanye West. I love being around more successful people, mission-driven entrepreneurs who are trying to make a change in the world. When I'm around it, it pulls me up. It makes me want to do bigger things. And so I'm inspired by my own content. When I'm going to Instagram and I'm posting a story, part of my morning routine every morning is I post a story. If you see the black and white pictures, that's the current iteration right now. I'll take a picture of myself and I'll have a message on top of it. It'll say the day and then a message. That's a message for me. It's a message that I need to remind myself of. So just before doing the picture, I'll think, what do I need to do? It's not even about sharing. It's about, what do I want from myself? What do I need to remind myself of today? Right? What do I need to remind myself of today so that I show up, that I step up, that I don't coast, that I don't just take it easy, that I live to my potential today, right? Today matters. And so I'll make that message and share it. And then hopefully it touches and inspires other people as well. That's what's missing from so many people who are creating content. You're creating content that is, one, way too self-promotional. You're creating content that it barely speaks to yourself. And you're just posting it and you feel crushed under the weight of having to manage all these different social media accounts and none of them doing well. And then you ask, why am I not growing? And why am I not getting followers? And why am I not getting the results that I need? So I'm a big believer in being able to have the accounts everywhere, but not actually being consistently posting everywhere, because I'd actually rather have you focus on one platform at a time, make it amazing, make it crush, start winning there before you expand and build a team and go to the other platforms. But at the core is you have to be posting content, whether it's videos, written, podcasts, right, audio, whatever the format is. You have to be posting content that you're proud of. You have to be posting content just like any other product or service. If you're selling a product or service, you want to be able to recommend it to your mom. if she had that problem. If she needed your product or service, you would recommend it to her because you believe in it so much, right? You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe in what you're making. Not just because my one word is believe, but because it's actually important. So would you follow you? Are you proud of the work that you're putting up? Even though you know you're capable of more, yes, great, but are you proud of what you made? Was what you posted today the best of what you could do right now, given your current capabilities, resources, and skill set? Yes, awesome, keep going. No, work it. Work harder. Today, show up. Now I've got a 3-step process that will guide you step by step to how to do it. But before that, if you want to boost your confidence, get more self-love and motivation, I've got a 254 series where every day for 254 days, I send you an email with a video that is unlisted on YouTube for free that helps you build your confidence and move it forward. The links to join are in the description below.
We are strong as shit. We're really strong. We're just being sold that we're not because there's a lot of money. The reason people aren't patient is they value other people's opinions too much. In a success world, please understand that success is happiness, not net dollars in.
Okay, let's talk about it. How do you build on social? What's my 3-step process? Let's dive in. Step number 1 is create accounts everywhere and listen. I want you to create an account on every platform. Create a Twitter, create a TikTok, create a YouTube, create a LinkedIn, create everything. Where a new platform pops up, create it. Especially if you have a competitive name, you want to create it so that you can have congruency across your accounts. You know, Evan Carmichael isn't that common a name, but there's an Evan Carmichael preacher in Hawaii who I pop in on his live streams every now and then. And when I like his content, his daughter thinks that he liked his own content, which is funny. But I'm Evan Carmichael and he's Evan.Carmichael, right? And there's other Evan_Carmichaels. And I try to get Evan Carmichael everywhere, right? So I can own the name. So do that for you, for your personal name or your brand name. Even if you never create content there, just so that you own the name in case you want to make content there, right? That's step 1. Part of that is then we're listening. So if you get tagged on Twitter, even though you might not have any content on Twitter, but if you get tagged, you can say thank you. Why I joined Twitter in the first place, Twitter at the beginning was people talking about their food and their pets, and I'm not going to share that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. But some people were then typing Evan Carmichael and we're talking about me, and we're talking about my website, and we're talking about my videos, and I wasn't a part of the conversation. By listening, and listen, you're not going to get that many notifications, right? It's not like people are talking about you every single day. You get an email notification that people talked about you, and then you can go and respond and say thank you. So even if you never build your own Twitter audience, you have other people who are talking about you on Twitter. And if you just say thank you, you'll be one of the only people who ever even recognize their champions. Most people never even recognize, never say thank you, never give any kind of validation or acknowledgement. You're going to be the person who does. It's not going to take almost any of your time to do. And what does that do? It encourages them to share even more. So even if you never build up your Twitter platform, you've got other people who are active on Twitter sharing your message, promoting your brand. So you create your accounts everywhere, one, just to own the name, and then you're listening. If anybody mentions you, I'm not worried about posting content yet, we're just listening. If they mention you, you say thank you. Whether it's just a quick message, whether you do a video, you just say thank you and recognize your champions. That's step 1. Step 2 is you make your amazing 10-pack of content. So in my book, Built to Serve, if you don't have it, pick up Built to Serve, guys. It's a great book, you'll love it. I go through what I call the amazing 10-pack of content. And the idea here is it guides you step by step of how to tell your story. And the exercises are in the book, you can check it out. But basically think about your story, why you do what you do, some of your techniques that you've used to help you get out of the hole that you used to be in, 10 pieces of amazing content that you're proud of. And that's it. So step 2 is all you're creating is 10 pieces of amazing content that act as a brochure. That if somebody happened to find your page, that if somebody is tagging you, or it's coming from a newsletter, or they find you from your website, that there's at least something on there and it's content that you're proud of. It's not an ongoing content strategy. It's not I'm trying to attract more people into my ecosystem, that people will discover me on Twitter or on Instagram or on YouTube. But if people do find me, my story is there. There's context for people to be able to learn about me and hopefully help spread my message. So all you do as your second step is create your amazing 10-pack of content, and then you leave it. You create your picture, your bio, your 10 pieces of content, and then you don't touch the platform again, apart from listening to when people are talking about you. And then step number 3 is you're gonna pick one platform and match your skills to your audience. So what are you great at? What do you love doing? Do you love making videos? I love making videos. I love learning from videos. I love making videos. I started my channel 11 years ago because I wanted to have more visual content. I wanted to see videos of entrepreneurs and lessons from them. And there wasn't any of that content out there at the time. I don't use a podcast. I have a podcast with a friend of mine, Mark Drager. He runs the whole thing. I don't have my own podcast. People say, why don't you have your own podcast? Why don't you have the top 10s as a podcast? Because I don't listen to podcasts. I'm not in the podcast world. I don't enjoy podcasts. I love that people learn from podcasts, but I'm not in that world. So I want to make more videos. It's a combination of what I love doing with where there's an audience. Pick that platform for you. The platform that you probably where you're spending the most time on anyway. Where do you like spending most of your time? Are you on Twitter a lot? Are you on it as a consumer? Are you on Instagram a lot? Are you on Facebook? Are you on YouTube? Are you listening to podcasts? Like, where are you consuming the most? And then turn that into being a creator. And just focus on the one. Like, be a great YouTube creator. Be a great Instagram creator. Be a great Twitter creator. Just pick one that you already have familiar with the platform and be a creator there and start winning there and get results there. Make content there that you're proud of, that start feeding into your business so that you can afford to start hiring a team and scaling your company, and then start playing on the other platforms. I think people just try to go too broad from the beginning. They try to be everywhere, and then they end up posting garbage, and they're not proud of themselves, and they don't get any results. You're like, why am I getting results? Because you're posting stuff you're not proud of, that you wouldn't subscribe to you. So use those 3 steps, right? Step 1 again, get the accounts and listen for your champions and recognize and thank them. Step number 2 is just make your amazing 10-pack of content on those platforms. Picture bio, 10 pieces of content, and stop. That's your brochure. And then step number 3 is figure out which platform you're going to go all in on based on your skill set matching to the audience, and then dominate that, get some ROI, use it to build your business, hire the team to then expand to go off to the other platforms. Success, make it happen. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I want to know, what is the one platform for you? What is your one platform that you want to spend more time on, that you're already consuming on? Maybe you're dabbling in creating, but you know you're going to create more on. You're not going to worry about everything else. The one platform that you're going to stay consistent on and make amazing, great, insane, awesome content that when people see, they're going to say, I love this person. I want to subscribe to them. What platform is that for you? Let me know. Put it down in the comments below. And if you're still here watching, you made it this far in the video, you're part of Believe Nation, and you are committing right here to make something happen today. We're not just watching a video. Good morning, Believe Nation. We don't just watch videos here, we do something. You're gonna take this energy and apply it into action in your life or business today. I wanna celebrate you right now. Give me a hashtag Believe down in the comments below.
You have to go out and find people who are successful financially and reverse engineer what they did. Reverse engineer, RE. I keep that little acronym in my head. It's one of the most powerful acronyms that you can remember. RE, reverse engineer. So, for example, when I was starting out, I was like, what would it take to become a millionaire? And I'd go, all right, win the lottery. A lot of people play the lottery. And some people, 1 or 2, become millionaires. But if you reverse engineer, I asked myself this one day, and I started studying, what makes the most millionaires? What's made the most millionaires in the United States? Self-made, not people who inherited their money. And the answer is, ta-da, real estate. Now, you don't even have to be trying to make $1 million or become a millionaire, but just think about that. Reverse engineer that and put it into your life. It's not just about a career, but it's about also passive income, because your career is active income. You work on your career, you go to your job, even if you're an entrepreneur, right? But what about when you're asleep? Here's a crazy statistic. If you, just listen to this for a second. If you make, what's minimum wage? Let's just say 15 bucks an hour. That's $30,000 a year, right? But what happens if you make $15 an hour 24/7? Okay? Now that's $90,000 a year. Triple it. But you can't work 24 hours a day. So that means you have to have this other thing called passive income. And passive income means, I lock myself in my own living room here. I'm gonna go out this way. I was filming over here. So what I started doing is going, I gotta have my active income, job, career, entrepreneurship, but I wanna reverse engineer the passive income that the most millionaires have ever what has created the most millionaires ever, sorry. And that's real estate.
Evan, thank you so much for having a couple seconds and being able to tell the Believe Nation a little bit about Empathy Wines. It means a lot to me that you would take this valuable real estate and time on your channel to give me some love. It means a lot. It's just good karma points, and so you're awesome. Thank you. Believe Nation, if you're into wine at all, go to empathywines.com. My whole career's work was poured into producing a wine that rivaled $40 to $60 wine for 20 bucks a bottle. I'm just super excited about this subscription-based wine business. You can order 3, 6, or 12 bottles in subscription form, rosé, white, red. If you search on Instagram or Twitter, you will be blown away. People are literally like, I don't even like Gary Vee, but the wine's good. Super proud of the effort. Thanks, Evan, for the time. Wishing you guys all happy and healthy.
If you want to know Gary's thoughts on how to find real, lasting happiness, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.